Welcome back to our third and final video today, where you've made a mobile app. Now what? 3 tips to monetizing your mobile app. I hope you found the last 2 very helpful, and I hope you've actually done your homework where you've written out who your ideal client is, and then you got your landing page all taken care of and under control. So if you haven't done that, go back, review those tapes before we go forward, and then we're going to dive into the 3rd tip that we have for you today. You know, here's the thing. Everybody's built a mobile app. They've made it. And right away, you're thinking in your head, I've built this, they will come. Well, not unless they know you exist. And that is so critical in today's world, is that we have to tell people where you are, because otherwise they're not going to come. Just because you have it on the App Store is not going to bring people to your door. You have to let people know. It's no different than your website, your Facebook page, or any other social media. You have to tell people where you are. And if you're brick and mortar, you definitely have to tell people where you're physically located. So let's dive deep into that and make it so that you have built it and now they will come. One of the biggest questions that we get over here at Unleash Mobile Apps is, how do I get customers to my landing page? And that's what we're going to deep dive in here today on. One of the main ways that I'm going to tell you to have people find your landing page is through social media. You know, one thing though that I want you to really be critical on when you do your social media is don't ever say anything on there that you don't want repeated. You know, let's fall right into it. The see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, share no evil. Please be very, very critical about what you put on there. A good friend of mine, Jonathan Christian over at We Make Stuff Happen, he often says, if you're not willing to let your mother read it, don't post it. So let's dive in a little bit more about what social media can do for you. Okay, so let's talk about the do's and the do nots of social media. Some of these may be repetitive for you, but that's okay. Repetition is the mother of learning. So let's take a good look. First of all, be wise. Definitely be wise on what you're posting. Be strategic. Make sure that what you're putting out there is relevant to your business. And engage with your audience. Give them other things to work with in your social media, not just always sell, sell, sell. In fact, you should be selling less than 10% of the time. But you want to keep them engaged, but you want to make sure that it's still relevant to your business. And you want to kind of be teasing and intriguing when you're posting on social media. To get people engaged, you want them to ask more questions. You want to keep it positive, you want to keep it upbeat, but you want to have them learn more about you. And you want to make sure that every and anything that you post is click-worthy and share-worthy. You know, some of my best posts have been things that I've posted where people have shared them over and over again. So that's one of the areas that you really need to look at. Having a social media is really a strategy. And you want to make sure that any image that you post, first of all, you have rights to it. So taking your own images are usually the best, but there are some ones that do have rights to them without any problem. But make sure you watermark them and have your logo on there, because your logo speaks who you are. And so it's really, really critical to have that on there so it's marked so people know who it is. It's a subliminal message that they do give. And you want to share your blog over and over again on the different social medias, because that's how people are going to find you. And you want to keep it fresh. Always, always, always keep it fresh. Keep your blog fresh. Keep your posts fresh. Don't just keep repeating the same thing over and over again. Again, it's only about 10% of selling. You want to get people engaged so that they want to do business with you. And let's talk about some of the don'ts. Don't just simply copy, paste, and move on. You want to add your own flair to things. You want to be able to make it so that people know who you are. And you don't want to go for days without posting or engaging. Fastest way to lose your audience. Now, you don't want to bombard them with so much that they can't see straight, and they do have a lot of other things that they do need to pay attention to, but you don't want to go for days and not be seen. And you also don't want to look like your competitor or sound like your competitor. You want to be unique. You want to be you. And you want to leave your content and its creators uncredited. Don't do that. Do not leave them out of the loop. If somebody made the quote, quote them. If somebody did the post, tag them. This is a great way to get your message out there across the board, is by working with each other. And you don't want to ignore the medias that you have with a profile. That actually is going to hurt you in a Google standpoint, is that if you ignore medias that don't have anything, like if you don't post on Twitter, cancel your Twitter account. If you aren't big into LinkedIn, then don't do anything with it. So pick just a couple of them so that you can actually spend some quality time with it. And don't try to engage during the low traffic times. These are just some really quick do's and don'ts, because it'll make a big difference in your social media as you're promoting your mobile app. Because the idea is to get people onto your app so that they can do business with you there. So be very, very strategic on your social media. And this is something that we usually do go a little bit deeper in when we're working with our clients. So when you're advertising your app and advertising your business, here's a couple of things you want to keep into play. Make sure that it's simple and clear introduction of your app. If your clients do not know what your app does, well, then honestly, they're not going to keep it on the phone. So make sure your advertisement is very clear, which is why we had you talk about your target and really define what your app does. And one sentence should be enough. You know, advertising doesn't have to be long, drawn out. If people want to learn more, they'll go to your landing page. They'll go to your website. They will find out more at that point. So you want to just make a one simple sentence. And you will possibly even want to get inspired from other apps. It's really critical that other app people in your same space, that you can pull some inspiration from that. And even people who are not in your same space, find out one that's working well and see what you can learn from it. We all learn from each other. So I promised you that we were going to offer something special for you to come work with us. But I want to be really clear. The courses that we offer and the different trainings that we help people with are not for everybody. Okay, so I only want you to come join us if you're looking to find new clients. If that's something that you're interested in, that you don't have all the clients that you need right now and you need new ones. And if you want to keep your current customers engaged, because engaging customers are paying customers. So you don't want them to go out the back door. And if you're looking to sustain the customers that you have, to keep them coming back, we all often say that we absolutely keep your customers coming back, because we keep them engaged and we keep things fresh, and we teach you how to do that. And if you want to bring on referrals from your customers, some of the best people to sell to are those who have been referred to you. So it's really, really important that we take a look at that as well. And we do so much more. So like I said in the beginning, this isn't for everyone, but if this is you, then I'm going to invite you to hang on here a little bit, because I've got something really special for you. And let me tell you about one of our customers, Dave Dexter over at the Bullshooter Saloon. They did our courses and they worked with us, and they really made a lot of significant changes in their mobile app marketing. And they've managed to increase by 30% just from the app, and some things that we did in his app to help him measure those. And this is just a little bar in a small town, but they have over 1,600 downloads in just this small little rural area, and it does bring people in and it keeps them engaged, and he absolutely stands out from his customers, and so from his competition, I mean. And so Dave was able to increase by 30% just from some of the items that we taught him in our courses. And Maggie Mongang from Brilliant Breakthroughs, she is the founder of a book series called Brilliant Breakthroughs for the Small Business Owner. And they put an app together, and once we had this going, we taught them how to keep their customers engaged and how to significantly boost their SEOs so that people can find it. And she actually was speaking at an event, and she managed to get more and more of the room closed because of her mobile app and some of the techniques that we taught her to keep the people engaged. So this is a fantastic series that she has going on for Brilliant Breakthroughs for the book series. And if you are a small business owner, I'm going to highly suggest that you take a look at this yourself. But what I am going to say right now is that she is so pleased with the courses that we taught because she didn't even know what was possible. Okay, I know you're excited to learn what we've got going on here, and you want to grab onto these things just like our happy customers have, like we talked about with Dave and Maggie. So what we do is we have a 6-module training course. It takes you step by step to increasing your app activity. Now you can take this at your own pace, and you can go back and you can review what needs to really be focused on in your particular group. And we also have a community area. This is critical. We learn from each other. Things are constantly changing in the web world. And yes, a mobile app is part of that. And if you're not constantly staying up on things, then your app is going to get stale. And we already talked about how you don't want to do that. So in our community area, you can ask questions, share ideas, and we're going to be working together as a group. Now, of course, because you've come so far with this, and I hope you found those 3 tips really, really helpful and that you're eager to learn more, I've got a couple of bonuses for you. Now, you should have already received your free ebook, The Mobile Marketing Secrets. If you haven't, please shoot us a message here at info@unleashedmobileapps.com and we will get that out to you immediately. But I'm also going to offer you a 30-minute discovery session where we're going to sit down and talk about your strategy. What is it that you're trying to achieve with your mobile app? And we're going to go a little step by step on that. And I'm also going to do a landing page review for you where we can see what's going on with your landing page. What is it that you need to be able to take this to the next level? And we are going to have a 1-hour open office session where every week we go on. It's kind of like a virtual coffee. Tuesday teas is what we call them. And you're going to be invited in to take part of that as well, where we can have live conversation and interaction with the rest of the group. Now, to be able to get this self-study online course on demand, as well as the bonuses that we talked about, to get the 6 modules, the community area, to have the strategy session, to have the landing page review, it is a one-time payment of $997. And it's yours for life then. Anything that's in there you will be able to keep on a regular and review it on a regular basis so you don't have to chunk it all off at once. Now, if that's a little bit more of a challenge for you to come up with the $997, I totally understand. We're happy to break that into 2 payments of $559 each. And for that, you will have instant access, you will have lifetime access, and you will be able to be part of our community group immediately. So those are the 2 payment plans that we do have, and I hope you do take advantage of that if you want the self-study course. But wait, I have something a little bit more for you. For those people who don't want to do just the self-study course, we will add on, we'll do the 6 modules like we talked about, taking you step by step. You'll have immediate access to that. You will have immediate access to the community area. However, I will do 6 weeks of live sessions where I actually go on and do the training itself. We go through each of the modules step by step, and we have discussions and we have live questions, and we go through each one and we expand on them a little bit more through our discussions. Now, if this is something that's of interest to you where you have the live training, because not everybody is just a self-studier, then I too am going to throw in some bonuses for you. You're going to get all the bonuses that we talked about. The free ebook, and again, if you didn't get that, make sure you shoot me a message at info@unleashedmobileapps.com and we will get that out to you immediately. You'll get the 30-minute discovery session. You will get the landing page review. You'll get the App Store review. And you're going to get 6 months of participating in our open office sessions, our Tuesday teas. And those are bonuses that are really, really critical. And we're going to do a deep dive on everything that you have. And we'll be looking at things in our open office session as you create them and as you make some changes. So we're always happy to put people on the inspiration seat so that we can learn from each other as well. Now, if you want to take advantage of the live sessions, we're going to have the 6 modules, but then I actually teach each one of those over a 6-week period of time. And those sessions are recorded so that you can go back and review if you just can't make the live session on the dates and times that we have scheduled. But for that, it's a one-time payment of $19.95. But again, if you'd like to split that into 2, we're more than happy to help you out and do them at $1,059 each for 2 payments, 2 months in a row. And you can have access to everything that we talked about. You can take your app to the next level. Take a look at what your actual ROI is going to be with this investment. You are investing in an app and you've put a lot of time and energy into it. Now it's time to learn how to get it into people's hands. And that's what we do here for you. We help you take this to the next level. And one last word from one more of our happy customers. This is Stacy. She decided to do a mobile app, but she had no idea how to actually market it. And a lot of developers don't tell their clients how to market it. That's where we step in. And she had been searching for this knowledge, and to have it all in one spot, she just couldn't believe how much she needed to know so that she could take her app to that next level. She managed to increase her sales as well. And so she highly recommends that if you want to take your app to the next level, if you want to get a good ROI, then you want to invest in our class, and you want to invest in yourself, in your business, and help bring your app to the top of all of your customers' mind. You made your app for a reason. Now it's time to get that into your customers' hands and beyond. I hope you found these 3 tips to monetizing your app helpful. I guarantee you, if you do nothing else but those 3 things, you will see a shift in your mobile app. Be like some of our happy customers who did take our advice, and they did do that, and they saw the shift. In fact, if you have any questions about our course, about working with us, or just wanting to learn more, don't forget to reach out to us. You can either reach me via an email or send me a text message, or again, as we've often talked about, at unleashmobileapps.com. But I do hope you found this valuable and that you are able to apply these and that you're eager to do more and to take your app to the next level so that you stand out from the competition, from those 1 million apps that are on the app stores these days. You want to be seen, found, and heard. And that's what we can do for you. I've really appreciated your time. I've enjoyed sharing this information with you, and I look forward to working with you in the near future. But between now and then, you have an absolutely fabulous day.